You are listening to the Fitz and Healthy podcast. I am your host, Dr. Lauren Fitzgerald, also known as Lauren Fitz. I'm a medical doctor, a fitness instructor, an entrepreneur, a health and fitness coach, but most importantly, I am a lover of life. And here on the Fitz and Healthy podcast, I intend to give you a ton of great information and knowledge that will serve as potential power so that you can live a life by design and make it more fits and healthy. And don't forget to listen to the disclaimer at the end. I'm not your doctor, yo. All right, enjoy the episode. Much love. Ciao.
Hey!
Hey people, hey! I dropped it, headphones.
Oh Lord. So hey guys, we are here live on YouTube and we're about to be live on Facebook. Welcome to Fitz Friday Q&A Live because we are here going live from the bridal suite because this bride-to-be is getting married here tomorrow. It's crazy.
Tomorrow.
And I literally just, you got to mute that. Okay, sweet. So we can see ourselves on YouTube right now. This is a different setup, right? Because usually I'm in California. She's here in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Our producer, Robert, is in Indiana. We're all over the place. But today I literally just landed in DFW. Leah is back there. She picked me up and brought me here. And we're a few minutes late, but it's all good.
We're running on island time this weekend.
Time. So what is up, everybody? Facebook is always changing.
You know, it's good that it's progressive.
It's good, but it
makes it hard for us to be consistent.
For real. Yeah. So the algorithms, for those of you that use Facebook for business, you know that the algorithms are always changing.
Even if you don't use it for business, you know, like they always change the layout. They always change their mess, like all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes. And change is good, but sometimes it pisses me off. So how you feeling, girl? Literally, we got to tell them that literally I got here like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we both did. I pulled up maybe 5 minutes before you did. I'm not going to lie.
Excellent.
So we rolled up, we here.
Yep.
But I feel like I'm getting married tomorrow. That's the best way to put it.
Oh, jeez.
So it's a lot of moving parts, but I'm excited, you know, because all of our family and friends got in yesterday and just like being able to be with everybody has been nice, you know.
Right.
So
have you really gotten to enjoy them?
Last night I did. I really did. Like we
Okay.
just had all of our friends were over at our house, and so that was nice because like I didn't have to do anything.
No. I mean, you deserve to be spoiled because you've been doing all the work. So it's about time that they spoil you and take care of you, right?
It was nice. It was nice. Yeah.
So are we on Facebook yet, Robert?
Perfect.
Okay, and we can go live on Facebook, you know, late.
And our people know where to find us. They know if we're not on Facebook, we're on YouTube.
Very true. Very true.
I ain't worried about it. You Fitzers, what are our people? We've never come up with like a name for our listeners.
Right.
Our lifers, our Fitzers,
No, because lifers has already kind of been taken. We need to come up with our own, right?
Something. All of our listeners. Maybe you guys can help us. What do you want to be referred to?
Yes. And it can't be something that some other podcaster uses. We have to be original, right?
Yeah. That's true.
Okay, so here's the deal. This weekend is crazy packed. She has rehearsal tonight. So landed here, drove straight here. We were having internet issues and we got it all figured out. So we're here a little late, like 2 or 3 minutes late, but we like are dedicated to the show, to our audience. And this is why she took the time out on the day before she freaking gets married to be here live with you guys so that we can talk to you guys and share this experience with you.
Because we love you.
Yes.
And we've always promised to be real and authentic. And the events going on in our lives are part of being real and authentic.
Absolutely.
Honest that I'm getting married, authentic that we're here together, you know, so
honest.
We always promise to share this.
She has like 100 text messages that literally people are, I don't know why. If you're friends with her and you have her phone number, don't text her today. Y'all, she's getting married tomorrow.
Girl, don't text. I mean, you can text me, but I just won't respond. I'll be honest.
For real. No, but it's a big weekend.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big weekend for both of us because I'm doing your wedding tomorrow and then have a masterclass tomorrow. So any of you Club Fitz fans that are in anywhere in Texas or Oklahoma or Arkansas want to come dance with me. I'm dancing in Plano. I'm doing a masterclass called Dallas Dance Live or something like that with Claudette Boogie. She's hosting me from 2 to 4 on Friday. So I know a lot of people that follow us here are Club Fitz fans and dance fitness fans. So it's a big weekend. And then I'm going to be in DC next weekend, and I have 3 master classes. Well, no.
Girl, your booty's going to be so plump, and I mean, it already is, but it's going to be like nice and tight this time next week.
All I know is that I better see your booty bouncing on the dance floor tomorrow. It
doesn't bounce in my wedding dress. I'm so upset about it.
Are you serious?
It's too tight.
No.
You're going to have to break it down for me. I told Tanner, I was like, I really am having I'm heartbroken that I can't twerk at my own wedding. Because anybody that knows me knows that's my dream.
She can twerk.
So.
Like, for real. No, and if you ask Robert, like literally, Robert, our producer, who's always behind the scenes, we had this one where we were getting ready, and literally she twerked for us on the video, and he was like, it was awesome. And if you guys didn't see the thumbnail for last week's Fitz Friday Q&A Live, it's perfect. It's perfect thumbnail because we talked about booty. Yeah. So
and we always, I don't know if we've ever told the actual story of how we had mentioned in passing that we bonded over that, like that's how Lauren and we were acquaintances, but we became friends because of twerking.
Because of the booty.
She was shaking her booty and she saw me shaking my booty and she's like, wait, hold up. We gotta hang out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a proud big sister. Honestly.
I actually asked Tanner, my fiance, I was like, does it embarrass you that I always, break it down? And he's like, no. You do you, boo. So
he should be proud. And of course, your little earballs or earballs.
I can assure you my ears do not have balls.
Eyeballs and ears.
She's trying to say eyeballs and earbuds.
Yep,
and I have, if you know me, I have the tiniest tiny ears, and earbuds don't stay. We try.
And I brought a backup pair because I thought that she might have forgotten. You didn't
they're
forget
in
they're
my
in the
car.
It's all good.
I brought them, but it's
all good.
But it's cool.
Okay, so we have people on. Tiffany Fogg. I love y'all's dance videos. My favorite is Black Widow, Bang Bang, and Twerk It. Yes, thank you, Tiffany.
Everybody loves to twerk.
I know.
Everybody appreciates a good twerk.
For real. And Nathan Banks, what's up, my friend? What is up? Okay, so we have "Hola chicas están muy bellas," which means we're very beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you, Marcelo. Saludos desde Argentina. Hello from Argentina.
Look at this one. I didn't even know she had that in her.
Oh, I used to sound actually like when I would see patients in San Antonio, they actually thought that like I was a native speaker. Huh. I've lost that. I sound silly.
I didn't know that you were fluent.
I mean, I can hold my own.
It doesn't surprise me, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
Is the best way to put it.
There you go.
Thank you, Stacia.
So, okay. So we have some questions already. I know that on the post that I made, yesterday, we had some questions. And one question was about the air fryer.
Really?
Yes. Because I think
Lauren and I, we're on not really opposing sides about it, but we need to do more research.
Yeah.
I personally am stoked about the air fryer. I got one as a wedding gift this week. Thank you, Laura and Martin. You're so sweet.
Shout out to Laura and Martin.
And Tanner loves it.
Yeah?
Like, I've used it every day this week.
Lord. Oh, Lord. We're going to probably find out that it, mutates everything when you... Because here's the deal. And,
But I grew up eating food from a microwave and haven't died yet, so...
Dude, we're going to do a podcast about microwaves. Because I don't use the microwave. It's funny. Anytime that I have friends that come stay with me, they'll open the microwave and be like, you don't use this, do you? Because it's super
dusty.
Clean. Yeah. Well,
there's a layer of dust on the handle. She's never touched it.
For real. But I think it was Elizabeth Derby, who asked about the fryer. I don't remember who it was. It was on my post from yesterday.
Let's look.
Basically asking about the fryer, and apparently it's supposed to work like an oven.
It's like a tiny oven, and it cooks your food crisp like an oven would if
Okay.
you would leave it in an oven,
Okay.
but in 20 minutes instead of 40.
I mean, if it doesn't,
I really
mutate
hope
the food
I
and
really
denature
hope
it.
it doesn't, because I really love my air fryer.
But
It's so awesome.
But you guys, I mean, we will always be honest with you. Like these
Yes,
Friday Q&A
yes.
lives, I know a lot, but I don't know everything. I'm learning new stuff on it daily. In fact, the whole conversation over here, driving here, I forced Leah to listen to one of my newest podcasts, in which we will talk about, because it's all about love and relationships. And I'm learning like all of the ways that I screwed up relationships. It's going to be some good talk. I'm just saying. So, right. I tortured you, right, Leah?
Karen says the air fryer is basically like using the convection setting on your oven.
Okay. But the devil's advocate in me is basically who told you that? Did the company tell you that?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
I gotta
good marketing.
Yeah, completely. It's great
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah.
So you're trusting that the people that make it, just like, I'm not gonna even go there.
And then we've always talked about how we're still students of life. Like if we don't know the
Absolutely.
answer, we'll go find it for you. So I'm really hoping that we find good research, because I really love mine.
Because she was trying to convince me to get one.
I've been
She was,
trying to
just
convince
yesterday.
Lauren, because it's so cool.
Yeah.
So
yesterday.
we'll that's definitely something we're gonna do homework on.
Okay. So whoever asked that, who was it that asked? It was Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie. Okay. It wasn't Elizabeth Derby. But Derby did ask a question. So we'll get to those. So y'all asked a lot of questions, which I'm so happy. Oh, and by the way, Robert, how many downloads are we at total? Because remember, we're trying to get up to 100,000 downloads by tomorrow. We still have time.
24 hours. I won't be married at this time tomorrow yet. We have until 6 p.m. CST tomorrow.
Yes.
To hit 100,000 downloads.
Okay, so we're almost at 96,000. So you
We're
guys,
so close.
you got to help us out.
We're so
100,000.
close.
We can totally do 4,000 in a day.
Tell your friends.
Yes.
Tell your friends.
Seriously,
Tell your neighbors.
go and literally, there are 51 episodes, so go and download them all, and then
Yeah.
you can listen to them later. Obviously, you can't listen to them all at once,
Mhm.
but we like it when you binge listen. That makes us happy.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, favorite ways to flavor your water. Do you flavor your water?
Yes, lemon water is my jam. Like, I have never gone to a restaurant and ordered a soda. I mean, one, it's not good for you, but I just never liked it. I've always loved lemon water. Like, my family knows when we go to a restaurant, they'll ask for me. Like, and we're gonna need lemons because she's gonna ask.
Yeah,
I always use lemons.
That's actually, I try and do 1 big liter of lemon water in the morning, and I'll put just a little bit of pink Himalayan salt in it, and but when you want to change it around, put lime. But like, just be careful with all of those artificial sweeteners.
Yes.
Because there's a bunch of really unknown. In fact, I should have sent you this article. My dad sent me an article about LaCroix water, and talking about like what makes all of those flavors. Like, where do they really? They say it's the essence of whatever, but what does that mean? And like, are we being duped into believing that LaCroix is healthy? When it's really not. Like,
I really like it.
Yeah, I know.
But like I said, we're learning with you guys. The research that we
Yes.
do is for our benefit and yours. So
Yes.
we're learning along with you.
For
So
sure. But
don't
yeah.
judge.
And you know, another like cucumber water, like get creative. I mean,
Or like mint leaves. I've heard that mint leaves are like even basil and stuff. Like stuff like you can put so much stuff to infuse your water. Infuse your water with fruits and vegetables, not with.
so this is where I would say hashtag GTS or PTS. Pinterest that, you know what. So seriously, I mean, Pinterest is so great for ideas on stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Natural ways of flavoring your water. That's what you want to really look at. Okay. And then
This is weird. Lauren's reading questions to
I
me today.
know. I know.
I feel like a diva.
Yes.
From my phone. too.
Okay, yeah, for real.
Next.
So someone asked about crock pot bone broth recipe. She's still, I don't want to.
It's a sensitive subject for me.
It is a sensitive subject.
Y'all remember our fasting episode, and if you haven't downloaded it, go download it and help us get to our 100,000 downloads.
Please, yes, and go to the podcast app on your iPhone
or iPad,
Podbean or Stitcher or Google Play or all of those above. Please go download. Anyway, back to the story.
Shameless plug.
Yes.
We did a fasting experiment a while back, if you have been listening to us. And my fasting experiment ended on a bad note, and I have not been able to I've not been able to drink bone broth since. I really want to incorporate it back in my life, but
She threw it up.
I did. I puked
Like
it up.
came through her nose and everything.
It was, yeah. Yep.
It wasn't pretty. But my bone broth recipe, okay, so
I'm sure is great.
is awesome.
Don't let me freak you out.
No, and in fact, I try and vary it up different ways every time. My favorite recipe though is actually not I can't say that I made any of these recipes on my own, but my most recent favorite one is from Helen Yu, who is one of my friends who takes my class in Newport Beach. Shout out to Helen. What's up, girl? But you can go to the Dr. Lauren Fitz page. So the easiest way is to go to the page and search the videos. And you can find the video of me making my own bone broth, or you can see the video of her making her own, right? Mm-hmm. But truly, like, it's a matter of what vegetables you want to put in it. You don't have to put vegetables. I put goji berries in mine ever since I learned from—
I've never had a goji berry.
You
have some with you.
I do. I made my own trail mix. No kidding. Because when you travel, if you rely on food from around, you're just gonna eat crap.
That's
right?
why I'm really hoping that this air fryer thing is good, because I air fried. I so badly want it to be right, because I air fried green beans and it was so good.
Really?
Like, it was like eating, like, you know those they're snap peas. They're Do you know what I'm talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
They're like that, but without all the oils.
Yeah.
And so I'm really hoping this air fryer is good.
We're gonna get back to you.
I really hope so.
We're gonna get back to you on that.
It's tabbed in our files of topics for sure.
Okay. Thoughts on spray tans? That's a great question, Stephanie. Basically, like I mentioned. Okay, so before we get to spray tans, because I've got some thoughts on that. But let's see. Fasted cardio, how to get better at fasted cardio. So that's from Nicole Petchersky. I think or Petchersky or Petchersky. Either way, Nicole. So what is your thought?
How to get better at it? Just tough it out. Honestly, drink water because it makes you feel like you're full.
Yeah.
But honestly, you have to get in the habit, and the only way to do it is to start doing it,
dude, and get out of your mind. I mean, because it's all up here.
Like we always talk about fasting, and you fast when you sleep. You can fast while you're working out. You'll be okay.
You're not gonna die.
No.
Yeah, I promise you're not gonna die. And it's truly like you're setting yourself up in your mindset.
Yeah, it's really in your head. I work out. I can't work out after eating.
I know.
I have to work out before eating.
No,
but it did take a while for me to get to that point.
Yeah.
But if I can do it, anybody can do it. I promise you.
No, I remember when I first started, because I used to teach a Saturday morning class, and I remember thinking, how am I going to teach? And like, it's these false beliefs that we have convinced ourselves that is real, and it's not. So it's just dive in there, have the mindset of, I'm not going to die, and this is actually going to be better for me, and just do it. I'm sure that's not the advice that you wanted, but you know how we keep it real.
And if you're working out, if you're really working out, you won't be able to think about food. If you're getting a good workout, you're not thinking about food.
Yes. Okay. And Charlie Montgomery, egg yolks.
Man, we cannot dodge this egg yolk thing, can we?
I know.
Eat the whole egg.
Eat the whole egg, for sure.
Eat the whole egg.
And even all of the major medical societies have changed. They've done it quietly, including the FDA. They've done it quietly, basically, because they don't want to come back and be like, we were wrong.
Yeah.
But the cholesterol you eat doesn't affect your cholesterol levels. So eat the freaking yolk. It has so much more to do with other things. So stop worrying if something has cholesterol in it if you eat it, because I'm telling you guys, you're missing out on some of the healthiest foods if you are staying to the low fat, low cholesterol. And again,
BS. It's good marketing. I remember as a kid always seeing like on the Cheerio boxes, helps lower cholesterol. Like, it's a selling point. It's not facts. It's a selling point. It's marketing.
Absolutely.
So eat the whole egg.
Please eat the egg, the entire egg, and make sure, and this is a good point, and make sure that it's farm raised, pasture raised, it's organic, non-GMO, like those things matter, guys.
Yeah.
If the chickens that are being conventionally raised are in a coop and they're given antibiotics, they're fed terrible things
and put in horrible conditions.
conditions. all of that stuff goes right into that egg that you're eating.
And goes right into you.
Yeah.
So
The Vital Farms, it's
that's what I buy.
Yeah,
it's Vital Farms. It has a black lid on it.
Yep.
And it's got like all these colorful, they almost look like chalk drawings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of Austin, Texas. Oh, come on. Even though the horns are not doing good this year, apparently, again. But that being said, my girl, my friend Dina, who is dog sitting and staying at my place while I'm gone, we went to Whole Foods yesterday, and she was so excited to see those eggs. She made this killer breakfast this morning. Oh my gosh. I just have to tell you. So, okay, side note. So she made eggs over easy with coconut oil, and then she put it over avocado, tomatoes, and bananas. I know. I'm telling you, I was like, who would have thought this was good? But it was so good.
Huh.
Oh my gosh.
I hate bananas, so I can't say I'll ever try that.
You hate bananas?
I hate bananas.
Oh, geez, what's wrong with you?
Tanner
Okay.
does too, so our kids are probably never going to
Okay.
know what bananas are.
They'll be just fine. Okay, what are your thoughts on spray tans? Because I'm so white living in rainy city, Seattle. Want to know your thoughts.
I used to live in Seattle, girl, and I get it. I was literally the same color as my hair when I lived in Seattle.
Yeah. You got to get some vitamin D. I'm not so much concerned about how white you are. I'm concerned about your vitamin D levels, right?
Yeah.
But spray tans, and this is where the same person, like I can just hear on the other side as I say this, the same person will be like, well, what about your fake lashes? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yes.
What about your tattoos, Cinthanie?
Yeah. But fake tan it's something. It's one of those things that if you're going to get it all the time, I would definitely be very particular.
Research the ingredients.
Yes,
and,
because there are. I mean, in California, they're everywhere. The all organic, blah blah blah. I just don't get them. I tan very easily. I get out, although you can't tell. I haven't been out in the sun lately, but I mean, I live in Southern California, so I walk my dogs every day and I get vitamin D. But if it's a once in a blue moon, like I used to do it for master classes in the winter time. And did I go to a place that was all organic and natural? No, I'm just being honest.
Truth be told.
Yeah. And you know, we'll never know.
But if you can find somewhere that is natural and organic, clearly choose that option.
Absolutely.
If you have that option, please use it.
And,
you know?
and it's always, in my opinion, it's always worth the extra money that you're going to pay to get the better quality, because your health is, I mean, you can't put a price tag on your health for real.
Definitely.
Okay. So
what about fasting and low blood sugar?
What about it? Oh,
what about fasting and low blood sugar? Thomas wants to know. Sorry.
Thomas Osborne, what do you want to know about it? Well, because here's the deal. So if you have a normal working hormonal response system, meaning that your pancreas your pancreas responds appropriately with insulin and glucagon, with the whole finely balanced orchestra that happens in our body when we eat, you should never have to worry about low glucose. It's the people that have been obese for most of their life, who have insulin sensitivity, who are somewhere on the spectrum of becoming diabetic or maybe already are diabetic, because their system is not finely balanced. Now, that being said, if you are one of those people, maybe you've been told you're pre-diabetic or borderline diabetic or insulin insensitive, or you're already diabetic, hear me out, that can be reversed, and fasting can be a great part of that reversal process. But you definitely are the person that wants to do it under medical supervision. And like I always say, I am a medical doctor. I'm no one's medical doctor here because I can't see you. I can't see your labs. I can't hear your whole, physical history, whatnot. So if you fit into that category of being in the spectrum of having insulin issues, then fasting can be a very important part of reversing that and getting it back, but you will be the one that might experience low blood glucose levels. But I know I followed Dr. Jason Fung's work. He's the guru of, he's a nephrologist, which is the kind of doctor that's a kidney doctor. So they pretty much, most of their patients are diabetic patients that end in kidney failure. And he is a huge believer in fasting, and he uses fasting as a tool to help reverse his patients and get their diabetes under control. So yes, low blood glucose can be life-threatening. You know, the thing that we worry about is getting so low that you, pass out like when you're at the wheel or whatnot. But if you have a normal insulin system, your body will correct appropriately. So like I'm not worried about when I fast getting a low blood glucose. And I actually have a glucometer at home, and I test my blood glucose. I test it fasted. I test it what it does 2 hours after eating. I like to know what my body is doing so that I can be in tune with that. And I've had blood glucose as low as 50, and I felt just fine. So that being said, if you think that fasting is something that you might want to use to help reverse insulin issues, I would definitely find a functional medicine doctor that can help guide you in that process.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Stacia said, "Oh my gosh, I just looked up lifer in the thesaurus to search for more names for y'all. I did not know the term lifer means a person serving a life sentence." Oh,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. We were thinking of something else, just for the record. Why is your father-in-law calling? Does he not know
I'm getting married tomorrow.
Does he not know that we are live on Fitz Friday
so.
Q&A? Come on now.
So Elizabeth Derby wants to know. What up, Derby? What makes soybean oil bad?
Go for it.
It's just, to my understanding, is that it's been processed and heated and reheated so many times. And soy itself is just not a great thing for your body, period. But oils that have been reheated and refined over and over and over, it changes the chemical balance of them, right?
Oxidation is what we care about.
Okay.
And when any kind of oil oxidizes in the body, free radicals happen. And so this is why a lot of people are like, oh, I need the bottom line is, I don't want to get too nerdy and geeky. Bottom line is, okay, one, I've heard anywhere statistics between 95 to 98% of soy products consumed by Americans are GMO. And the fact is that we don't really know what GMO products are going to do to us long term. I'm not willing to wait around until, decades down the road to see if they're good for us. I understand, I've heard both sides of the argument, and I understand that the population of the earth is growing exponentially, and food for everyone is something that people that care about that are really concerned about. And that's the whole concept behind genetically modified any kind of crop. So I get that, but I also understand that I'm eating something that's not natural, that's not found in nature. And everything that I'm going back to, just the closer we get to the way humans were before agriculture, before everything,
the caveman times.
Yeah, truly. I tend to go, if I don't know the answer, I tend to go in that direction. So GMO, one, and then two, why there's so many other great oils that you can cook with and use, whether it's cooking or.
Well, I think maybe she might be thinking like in ingredients, like, because a lot of foods contain soybean oil as an ingredient, not necessarily to cook with. I think she's referring to ingredients.
Right. And another thing that you have to understand is that the American diet, it's super high in omega-6 fatty acids and super low in omega-3 fatty acids. And this ratio that's like totally out of whack in most Americans has a lot to do with where we're getting our fats. And so if you're more aware of increasing your omega-3 fatty acids and decreasing your omega-6, and that's just another one of the many reasons why I don't consume soybean anything, really.
So what oils do you recommend?
So I typically cook with coconut oil or ghee. And
I love ghee.
I love ghee
makes
too.
Everything taste so
good. It does. And a lot of people don't understand that, because I don't do dairy. For the most part, because when I do dairy, I do dairy. Sorry, I just reverted back to like my 12-year-old years, apparently.
When she consumes dairy.
I
thought you were
I know, right? Oh, geez. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night. Leave me alone, guys. But when I consume dairy, I will get upset GI issues. I will get pimples. I
Yeah.
break out, all sorts of stuff. But ghee is actually, most people that are lactose intolerant can actually tolerate ghee. It's like very small
because
percent,
it
like
removes the
exactly,
lactose, yeah.
exactly.
And it
But there's
tastes
still
better.
like
it's
like
better.
1 to 2% of people that are actually that have a lactose allergy still can't do ghee. So every now and then I'll come across someone like, no, I've tried it and I can't.
Yeah.
But those are the two that I cook with. And then I like, on salads, I like anything from, cold pressed olive oil, extra virgin olive oil to avocado oil. And then every now and then I'll do coconut oil if I want that.
Really?
Flavor. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Like a MCT oil, like brain octane.
Oh yeah. I guess that's true.
Yeah. So, okay. So what else?
Try to use those oils.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Let's see.
And then
I have a question about the total number of carbs in Shakeology. 14 to 7. I know it has a low
14 to 17.
Or 14. Glad you're reading along with me. 14 to 17.
Yes.
I'm assuming grams, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know it has a low glycemic index, which is good for diabetics, but they are worried about the amount of carbs. I'm not sure how to answer that for them. Honestly, my opinion is that's the only place that you want your carb, not the only place, but like if there's anywhere to have carbs come from during the day, it's Shakeology. Like just hands down. That's basically my carb count for the day besides vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
That the carbs don't matter when it comes to that because it's so nutrient dense. The carbs don't matter. They don't. Well, at least in my opinion. And what I tell my customers and challengers is that's you need that. It's so nutrient dense and so beneficial to the body. The carbs don't matter.
And this has everything to do with people's questions about going keto.
Yeah,
and
it does. It totally does.
I mean, this is a common question that we get. So I am of the belief, and I know she is too, that there is no one perfect way of eating. And there are definitely certain populations that a ketogenic way of life is going to be more beneficial for you. Like I have a cousin that has epilepsy, and I definitely believe that he should be eating a ketogenic diet because we know that lowers the threshold or increases the seizure threshold, which makes it harder for him to have seizures.
Yes.
There are people that have insulin issues. A ketogenic diet can help basically restart the process of getting them back to being balanced. The problem that I have is that to actually stay in a ketogenic state, you truly have to eat a very, very low amount of carbohydrates on a daily. And a lot of women actually, it can mess with our hormonal balance. Our hormonal balance is everything.
Yeah.
And this is why you can see the dude who does either paleo or does keto or whatever and will, lose a lot of weight. And then the woman will be like, what the hell?
Yes.
I did the same thing.
Literally, my sister started eating her and he dropped like 10 pounds in 2 weeks and she had lost 3. And she's like, why isn't it working for me? I'm like, it is. It's just your body composition is completely different.
Yeah.
There's no comparison.
Yeah. But I do think that it is important for people to start being more aware of how many carbohydrates they eat. Because I think that currently in my challenge group that's ending this week, I've had them basically be entering all of their food every day and in an app that shows you protein, carbohydrates, and grams of fat. And I think that this has made a lot of them more aware that they thought that they were eating high fat, low carb, and in all actuality, they really weren't.
Yes.
So, but I mean, when you think about it, like if I have someone who I really want to be low carb, I like for them to stay anywhere between 50 to 100 total grams in a day.
Yeah.
So when you're talking 14 to 17 of those grams are coming from Shakeology, which it's not a protein shake, guys.
It's the nutrient benefits from Shakeology trump the 14 grams of carbs.
And if you listen to any health podcast, hold my hand. If you listen to any health podcast, almost all of them have a green drink, a super drink, or something that they take to get these super nutrients into their body. We just have it all in one scoop called Shakeology. We don't get it from this drink and that and that and
those
that.
pills and this supplement
and that's what I was doing before Shakeology. So this is why I always say that to learn a healthy lifestyle, you have to do 3 things. You have to make exercise a part of your regular life, a daily routine. Even on your rest day, go and take a freaking walk.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
go take a yoga class that's a restorative yoga. Like, our bodies were meant to move, guys. So good exercise every day, good nutrition that's whole foods based. The farther you can get away from processing, the better. The
Eat
farther
from the farm, not from the factory.
Yes. And the fake foods, Frankenfoods, stay away from them. Cut out soda, cut out gluten, cut out all of these
sugar.
Yes. All of this stuff that our bodies don't function its best on. And then supplementation. And I can hear, well, if you eat a whole foods based diet, why do you need supplementation? Because guess what? We live in 2017 and our soil is depleted of so much that it wasn't depleted just of 100 years ago. And if I know that my body can function at a higher level because I'm taking in these super nutrients, these micronutrients that make my body function better, why would I not? So exercise, good nutrition, and good supplementation. You got to learn that lifestyle. There's no quick and easy fix. And those of us that have had issues around any of those or all of those, it takes us longer to get to the point where those are actually just a normal part of our life.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So those are all our questions.
Okay. And Maggie needs to hear this. She said to me yesterday, no one cares, Mom, when something about us needing to non-GMO, pasture-raised, cage-free farm. Oh, Maggie, we care. No, for sure. For sure.
And you know what, Karen, good for you for doing it regardless of, her giving her, I'm assuming Maggie is your daughter.
Yes.
And
her teenage daughter.
Of course, she doesn't get it right now. She doesn't care. But in 5 years, 10 years, she'll thank you later. So you do you, boo.
Yeah. And this goes to everyone, because I know that, we have all sorts of people that watch us and listen to us. Our message is, we want you to be the healthier, happier version of yourself, right? And once you get on that pathway, you want other people to have it, whether you're a coach or not. Obviously, our coaches are wanting to help change the people's lives that they care about the most first. But the best thing that you can do is to just be that example. And eventually the people that you care about will come to you and be like, okay, I need some help because this isn't easy. And obviously what you're doing, you got it down. So can you help me? So just be the best example. Don't preach, just be.
Yeah. I always tell my coaches, which are, people that are just like us that want to help people with their health and fitness, that people will want to see you show up for yourself before they will ever ask you to show up for them. So the more consistent you are with your nutrition and leading your lifestyle, if you are at home, I hear this all the time, is that, but nobody in my house wants to eat this way, or nobody supports me. Be the first one. Take the first step. Be the example. If you need it, they probably do too.
And, this is crazy because one of the episodes that I want to record when we're done with the wedding.
When my life goes back to normal,
right?
Monday's going to be weird.
Yeah, I know, right? For real.
It's going to be so weird.
But one thing that I want to talk about is that I think, and so I'm here for the weekend and then I'm going home to Waco for the week and I'm going to be with my family and then I'm going to DC next weekend, right? But I'm going to be around my family. And I have found that I revert back to old ways when I'm around my family.
Learned habits.
Yes. And so that's a challenge that I think a lot of us face, right?
Totally, yeah.
So we're going to do a podcast just about that and the psychosocial stuff that comes along with eating, because if you have any issue with your weight, you have issues with food, with the psychology of food, and I'll be the first to tell you that I'm still trying to figure my own psychology out.
Literally, we're talking about this this week.
Yeah, yesterday, because you would think that we
have it all together.
We don't. We are very far from perfect.
But that's the thing though, is people think that once you have established healthier habits or things like that,
it's easy.
Yeah. And
it ain't easy.
It's not. I mean, habits definitely are helpful, but I'm still a girl. I still love chocolate and pizza and, there's
she
still
has some chocolate back there, by the way.
I have emergency chocolate with me right now. But my point being is that we still are on our fitness journeys. It doesn't stop. Once you figure out your nutrition or whatever, it never ends. It's a journey just like life is. It doesn't, you're forever on it.
Yes.
Forever.
Yes.
So
and sometimes it's easier than others, but I know that if there are any of you that are emotional eaters, like the two of us were talking about yesterday, like when you have stressful stuff coming up, like it's something that most of us were taught.
It's yeah, totally.
So I'm actually reading a book right now, and we're gonna have a podcast just about what I'm learning, because it's pretty cool. So
in regards to soy, what do you think about tempeh?
That's a good question. I was seeing Stacia.
Earballs question.
I know, right? I promise I've had 0 alcohol, just so you know. This is me on 4 hours of sleep, guys. Oh, which, by the way, I have to give a shout out to Dina. So my friend who's staying was my massage therapist, right?
Oh, awesome.
So I went to Dina every week because like literally she does body work. She's an Ashiatsu massage therapist, but like literally like she's a healer.
Yeah.
Heeler. She can, get it. I didn't come up with that. But so I picked her up yesterday and showed her around, and it was a great day. Literally, I taught class, so I teach now on Thursday nights at 7:30, which is a little late. The grandma in me is like, oh, but she wanted to do some work on me before I left. So literally got home and she did some Ashiatsu on me last night before I went to bed. Oh,
so those 4 hours of sleep you did get were good.
Oh, they were like hardcore. But okay, so Stacia, you asked in regards to soy, what do you think of tempeh? So tempeh, actually, if you know that it is an organic, non-GMO source, it's I don't like the taste of it, to be honest. So I wouldn't eat it, but in moderation.
I just don't do soy.
Yeah.
I don't do soy. I just avoid it.
Yeah. There's a molecule that looks, basically it can mimic a molecule that interacts with your thyroid, which is a really important gland that controls your thyroid hormone, thyroid hormone is just as important as insulin, in my opinion. Those are the two hormones that I think are jacked up the most in our bodies by what we eat. And soy in general can jack with your hormones of your thyroid hormone, because it basically looks the same as one of the proteins that works with your thyroid gland. So, but I don't like the taste of soy. And I've tried tempeh, but people that I respect that are, vegans that care about, the quality of food they eat are okay with organic, non-GMO tempeh. So yeah, so that's what I say. Lori Hall,
hey girl. She's about to roll up in here any minute.
Sweet.
Actually.
She's gonna be taking pictures of this beautiful young bride. I can't believe tomorrow is it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. And I'm kind of impressed with our internet connection, because this has been all through AT&T. Shout out to AT&T. It works way better here in Texas.
Off of a hotspot.
Right. All hotspot. She even brought her Ethernet cord. There's no Ethernet to plug in though, but shout out to you for
I was prepared.
it. I thought about going vegan at some point in the future for health purposes. I also always preferred plant-based foods. What are your thoughts about veganism on overall health? From my wife. Laugh out loud. Hey, we wouldn't judge you if it were from you, Thomas. Do you want to answer this?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so here's the deal. There are two different types of vegans. There are the vegans like her soon-to-be sister-in-law, who is a vegan because
not anymore.
Oh, she's not?
No. She hasn't been a vegan since.
What?
She hasn't been vegan since June.
Oh. Sorry, Taylor. I was going to use you as my one example. So I can't use Taylor as the example anymore. But the vegan that is a vegan because she cares about animals and animal cruelty. And I believe, like, I purposely am.
That's why we don't eat conventionally raised stuff.
Yes.
Because we believe in being humanely raised and
humanely
slaughtered. And
But a lot of vegans are vegan because of that, right?
Yes.
Because the whole idea of slaughtering a cow, whether it was kindly raised or not, is against their belief. And I'm never here to judge anyone's belief systems. Yeah. People that do it for health benefits, I think that you can get all of the health benefits of being a vegan and feel better if you eat like a vegan with
a little bit of responsibly. We're not together today.
It's
responsibly raised proteins.
Right. But also just know that we have been conned into believing that we need all of this protein. And so you don't have to have meat at every meal. In fact, I actually only have meat at one meal. And some days I don't have meat. Some days my main source of protein are from eggs.
Yeah.
But so I think that you can have the same health benefits of going vegan or pegan, which is basically paleo / with vegan. I didn't coin that term. Dr. Mark Hyman did. Shout out to Mark Hyman. We love your book, Eat Fat, Get Thin. If you haven't read that, you should for sure. But how can you not be healthier by eating whole foods, right? But I think that you're going to feel better if you throw a little bit of responsibly raised meat in there. So, all right. Well, we are right at about 45 minutes. And that means that you have some
places to go, things to do.
Yep, exactly. So we thank you guys so much. We will ask you one more time, because 4,000 downloads, that's a lot in the next 24 hours. But I'm going to put it out to the universe, because I believe the universe has our back. Abundant. Exactly. So help us get the 1,000 downloads for 4, a wedding gift. 4,000, so that we can get 100,000 by tomorrow for her wedding gift. So thank you guys. Oh, you're welcome, Thomas. And shout out to you and your wife. And we hope that you guys have a beautiful Fitz Friday. I'm probably going to be doing a lot of live broadcasting during my travels, and I may or may not do it a little bit tomorrow. If I haven't asked her, I'm not going to put her on the spot, but maybe before or after, but just stay tuned.
We'll be around.
Yes.
We'll be around.
Yes. I don't want her to have to worry about that. but I do want to share the tomorrow with you guys, because tomorrow is a really, really special day for someone who's really special to us. So we thank you so much for spending this Fitz Friday Q&A Live special edition from the Bridal Suite here in McKinney, Texas.
Oh, shout out to the Cotton Mill.
Oh, yes.
In McKinney, Texas, for letting us use this today.
Yes.
And a funny story is this venue, the Cotton Mill, is actually where Tanner and I went to our first prom together.
Isn't that crazy?
And we're high school sweethearts, and now we're getting married in the same venue at prom. So it's really corny, and it wasn't the plan, but it's just kind of how it happened.
It's so cute. It's so cute. It's like fairy tale, right? For real. So, all right, you have a message for them before we let them go.
You are a good person, and you deserve very good things to happen to you,
including young love, or maybe old love. I'm not old.
You're deserving of love. You are always deserving of love.
So
always deserving of good things.
We will see you guys next Friday. We have to figure that out, because I'm going to be on my way to DC. So
we'll make it work.
Yep.
We always do.
Always do. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Make sure that you find us on social media. You can find Cinthanie on Instagram and Facebook at Cinthanie. So that's CINTHANIE. And on Snapchat at Cinthanie P. And find me on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all at Club Fitz Fitness. Remember, that's FITZ Fitness. And on Snapchat, just at Club Fitz. I appreciate your time listening so much. If you enjoyed this episode of the Fitz and Healthy podcast, can you please go do me a favor and go subscribe at whatever platform that it is that you listen to podcasts. Leave a review. We read every single review, and we appreciate the time that you take to leave your thoughts and opinions. Now, also remember, while I am a medical doctor, the information I provide here is not intended to provide medical advice or a professional diagnosis, opinion, treatment, or services to you or to any other individual. I am providing general information for educational and informational purposes only, and it is not a substitute for medical or professional care. You should not use this information in place of a visit, call, consultation, or the advice of your physician or other healthcare provider. The information I share is not intended to treat, cure, or diagnose any disease or medical condition. If you believe you have a medical emergency, just call 911 immediately or your physician. Now, enough of that medical legal jargon. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I appreciate your time. Now, go live a Fitz and healthy life.